What's up, everybody? Welcome. So I found a cool spot to do this video today. I didn't expect it. I've never been here, it's just down the road where I jog. But yeah, I didn't know there was benches here, so I'm just chilling. So, question. If we're trying to vibrate high, what happens when you're around people who are not vibrating at the same? Maybe they're engaging in low vibrational activities. What do you do? And I have a total straight answer for you. Like it's a black and white answer. So my answer is, it's complicated. Oh, yeah, that's a complicated one. So I was thinking about this when I was, I work. I'm around people, and so let's say an example. One, I'm trying to not objectify women. People who I'm attracted to, I'm trying to, I look at everyone as a brother and sister. So, all the ladies I see, I'm like, hey, what's up, sister? Thinking of them, so I don't, it helps me to not, stare too much if I'm attracted to them. So what happes when you're at work and your boy comes up to you, he's like, yo, check this out over here. And you look and you see something, nice. So what do you do? Do you say, listen, man, I don't do that anymore. I'm a high vibrational guy. I don't engage in stuff like that. Do you do that? Or do you look and are you like, yo, not bad. What do you do? And I'll be frank with you. In those moments, I let myself engage in that behavior. I do. It's a connection with my boys. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's hard to explain. Because on the regular, when someone's not pointing it out to me, I've been excellent. Like, that might be my biggest progress so far, to be honest, or one of my biggest progresses. I literally, I acknowledge when I'm attracted to a woman, and it happens, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, and then that's it, out of mind, out of sight. I look away. I don't, focus. That's how I am, like, all the time now. But if, one of my homies comes up and he's like, yo, Brad, check this out, I'll look and I'll be like, all right, I'll see. But still, I don't go overboard with it. But, it's a personal thing. I don't think it's a complicated answer. There's no black and white with this, Same could go for listening to music. So if you guys know me at all, love 90s hip hop. And I haven't been able to listen to it lately because, I have been overall in a higher vibration state. I can't say I never listen to it anymore, but it's way more rare than I have been. Like, way more rare. Like maybe twice since I started this whole thing, to be honest. So what's going to happen if someone's listening to that? Am I just going to walk away and be like, no, I don't listen to that. I don't engage in anything lower than high vibration, Do I do that? Nah, come on. The thing about us staying high on the regular isn't so that we could just avoid things. It's to keep us up while, we're around certain things. And it's up to us, like, how far we want to take it. Like, for some people, they would say, no, I don't do that. They'll stand their ground. And that's very respectable. Like, that's super respectable. And it depends. It depends what we're talking about here. Let's say we're talking about theft or something. Like, yo, let's see if we could get away with this. Let's take this pack of napkins from the store. They're not even going to know. Something like that, I would 100% stand my ground. I'd be like, nah, dude, I don't do that. Like, come on. Are you serious? Come on. So it's situational. Yeah, so it's kind of complicated. It's like, what do you do in life if you're trying to make a change, yet you're still in situations that make it difficult for you. I guess another answer could be you do your best. You do your best. If it feels, think of how you feel. How are you feeling at those moments? And I'll be honest, when my homies are like, yo, check out this, yo, you see that? Referring to women, I do feel convicted when I check them out now. It's weird. Because, this is coming from a guy who stared. I was a starer. I was a fantasizer. I was like, yo, So I'm really not like that. It's crazy. Like, it's in myself to be that way, of course, if I let myself. But, when I'm doing what I'm doing and just vibrating higher on the regular, being filled with love, looking at everyone as my brother and sister, it doesn't feel as good anymore, A lot of the stuff I used to do, like a lot of the feelings I used to feel, the behaviors I used to do, it doesn't feel right anymore if I do it again. So maybe that situation of lust, maybe that's something, I will give up completely and one day just stand my ground and be like, dude, I'm like, that's cool, but like I'm trying, I'll say it straight up. Listen, I'm really working on lust. I had an issue with that, and I'm really trying to just, right now, I'm really trying to turn it around. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I might be moving towards that. But right now, I'm not 100% like that. But overall, when I'm not, being put in that situation, I'm doing great with it, and it's really cool. I'm proud of myself. I'm really, really proud of myself. We do our best around here, because let me ask you, can you do better than your best? You can't. It's impossible. Your best is your best. So that's what you do in any given situation, and your best varies from day to day depending on what's going on. So, it's a moment to moment thing. What is your best at this very moment, And then, the situation happens and you could evaluate it. Could I have done better? Should I have handled it differently? It's all learning. Earth School. Hello, Earth School. That's what we're doing here. I love that. My anchor, Earth School. Find your anchor. Find that phrase or whatever it is, something to think about that snaps you out of, that could snap you back into where you want to be. Like me, I want to be high vibration, filled with love, happy, healthy, confident. So some things throwing you off of that, find that magical phrase that when it pops into your head, you're like, it snaps you back. You're like, what am I doing? That's not who I am. That's how I used to be. I'm not that anymore at all. So for me, that anchor is reminding myself, this is Earth School. We're here to learn. And so, it's a learning experience, when we're tested, when we're put in these situations, it's like, how are you going to handle it? Did you learn anything? Did you? You still got stuff to work on, huh? So it's all tests. It's all good. Yo. Like, seriously, it's all good. It sounds crazy almost to say, but like, there's really no need to like worry about like anything. Because seriously, stuff's gonna happen and you're gonna handle it, So what's the point of just worrying? To obsess about it, something that's not even happening yet, something that's gonna happen. Like, I get it. No, trust me, like I'm not saying I've never worried in my life, but like when you really think about, when you're in that high vibrational state, you trust, So yesterday's video, faith, about, my lack of faith. Since I did that, I've been feeling it. The faith thing is getting better for me. I think my main issue with believing in anything that I can't prove or that I haven't experienced is I feel like I need to feel something. Like if I start believing in God, like, which I do. Like these things I believe, I believe we're an orb of consciousness in a human body. Even though I can't prove it, I believe it. And, I feel like with the belief, you have to, like, that'll like make you feel different or something. It's like, oh, like if you make it true to you, like it'll change somehow. But it's just a belief based on faith, or it's based on not experience, you believe it even though you haven't experienced. That's what I think faith is like. And so it kind of helps me to realize that I do have that. I don't think it's the belief that's my issue. It's my actual connection and like speaking to the universe and saying, thank you, God, you know, stuff like that. And, you know, a lot of times I'll just be like, thank you to whatever's listening, but I don't like identify it as like the creator of this whole thing, this whole situation that we're in. And so I've been saying, you know, if I am thankful for my current situation, for my life, for the lessons I've learned and, you know, where I'm at, the progress I made and the progress I'm going to keep making, I have to thank whoever made this whole situation possible, which is God, which is Source, which is the universe, whatever you want to call it, you know? I feel like the word God is becoming less triggering. The only problem is God means different things to different people. You know, there's, you know, Christians have their version, spiritual people have theirs. So it doesn't mean the same thing to everyone. And I think that's why I have an issue with the actual word. But it's becoming less of an issue. Like even 24 hours later from yesterday, it's becoming less of an issue for me. And it's like, you know what? I'm cool with God. I'm cool with God, you know, in my way. It's not everyone else's way. It's my own personal way. I feel connected. I feel like me and God, you know, AKA the universe, we are collaborating. And they're like, Brago, I like what you're doing. Keep doing it. I'm getting these vibes from the universe that says, keep going. You started something, keep it going. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do this every single day. Every single day. You know, it's fun for me. It lets me figure stuff out by speaking, you know, helps me with communication. And, you know, something to look forward to. Something every day I have something to look forward to making a video. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that's the main thing for today, you know. What do you do when you're, you know, trying to stay up and you're in situations that might, you know, be a little sketchy? It's what do you do? And the answer is, that's up to you. That is up to you, you know. Stand your ground, stay high, or, you know, indulge a little bit, you know, for the sake of connection. You know, it's up to you. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong answer here. That's the thing. But, you know, I've been conscious of this as things happen. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. Beginning of a brand new journey. What? Today's like day 23? Yo! We are killing it. I'm killing it. You are killing it. If I could change, you could change. No difference, you know? So I just want to give you that hope. It's possible. I am happy. Like legit freaking just happy. Happy-go-lucky. And, you know, I'm thankful I'm happy at this very moment. And, you know, whatever situations arise, I'm going to stay up. You know, good or bad, test trials, hard day, easy day, it doesn't matter. You know, it's all Earth School, it's all learning, and we doing our best around here. All right, guys, I love you. Go check out that video right there. I hope you have the best day ever. I'm going to go have the best day ever. All right, love you.